Ahlan wa sahlan wa marhaban bikum. Faida number 24 from the book Ma'rakatun Nas by Shaykh Fahad Al-Ajlan. And so here he talks about extremism. He talks about tashaddud, where one overdoes matters, super conservative with regards to matters. And then its opposite, also a form of extremism, tasahul, where the individual is extremely liberal, the individual is too relaxed. And then he states that both of these camps, they are not following the text of the Quran and the Sunnah. Both of them are battling against the texts. He then discusses the example of ghulu in takfir and qatl, extremism with regards to declaring others outside the fold of al-Islam, takfir, and also extremism with regards to spilling the blood of fellow Muslims, that he states it is permissible to kill so and so, their blood is now halal, Allah musta'an. When you speak to such a person and you say to him that so and so is a Muslim, he says, no, they are not Muslim. When you say that this type of killing this individual here, this is haram, this is not permissible, he says, no, rather this is jihad. We say to him, brother, do not kill Muslims. He says, well, they are not Muslims according to me. We say to him, dear brother, our Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he had stated that the Khawarij, they will kill people of Iman, they will take the lives of people of Islam. But remember, if you go and ask the Kharijite, you ask the Khawarij, that why are you killing these Muslims? What would they reply? They would reply that no, they are not Muslims according to us. So dear brother, the ibrah, the matter, the crux of the matter is the reality and not false claims. The Sheikh mentions there was a debate on Twitter. Somebody posted something about an individual who went out on a suicide mission and he took the lives of many mujahideen facing the enemy while they were killed by this suicide bomber. And this person who tweets it out, he praises this action, he praises this person, and he says that so and so is a martyr, etc., etc. And then somebody else comes along and says, dear brother, what are you talking about? This was suicide, and more than that, who has he killed, etc. Then the person comes back and he says, no. In reality, these people, they were kuffar, they were murtaddeen, they were apostates, and it's more important that we sort them out before others. Allah musta'an. And then there's a back and forth, etc., etc. And so the Shaykh says, like dealing with some of these people here, they will not bat an eyelid with regards to taking the life of another. You are out of Islam. That one's not a Muslim any longer, etc., etc. He feels that he is 100% on haqq. He does not feel that what he is doing is incorrect. No, he believes that what he is saying, what he is doing, these actions, etc., this is the haqq, that he is elevating the sharia. He's not trampling on the sharia. He feels that he is elevating the sharia. Allah musta'an. The Shaykh says, if you sit with him, if you talk to him, if you try to debate him, if you try to remind him about the actions of the Khawarij, how does he respond? He says, I have nothing to do with the Khawarij. I am 100% against the Khawarij. How, brother? He says, well, the Khawarij, they did takfir without any haqq, without any justification. Whereas I do takfir based upon haqq, based upon the truth. Allah musta'an. So the Shaykh says, now, what is the source of all of this madness? This is craziness. What's the source of all of this here? He lists 4 reasons. He says, number 1, that these individuals here, they know just a few principles and rules with regards to takfir and with regards to jihad, etc., and then they run with it. A few principles and then they run with it. He says, for example, whoever does not regard the mushrikeen as a disbeliever, then this person is also a disbeliever. Then he takes this rule here and he wants to apply it willy-nilly across the board. He has wara' and he is cautious with regards to passing a fatwa and saying something with regards to zakat or siyam or hajj, etc. But when it comes to blood, when it comes to takfir, excommunication, taking people out of the fold of Islam, here willy-nilly he is ready to pull the trigger. Allah musta'an. And so he knows a little bit of knowledge with regards to these matters, a few principles, and then he runs with it. That's his one cause. Another cause, that his intention is noble, but the actions are incorrect. Remember, noble intentions do not turn incorrect actions into correct ones. The Khawarij, they were people of ibadah. They were people who had noble intentions, but their actions were incorrect. And so we say, dear brother, it's not enough that you have a noble intention. Your action has to be correct. Number 3, that there's a lot of blind following of the group and the leader and this hizb and that hizb and fancy names, etc., etc., which automatically then make them feel that they are upon the haqq. You have this group herd mentality. Then it becomes all about defending the position of our group, not so much about the truth. It's not about the truth any longer, but we have this person and that person and this individual and that individual and this Maulana and that Sheikh and that Imam. He is on our side. So how can we ever be wrong? We can't be wrong. No. We must be right. They must know about it, etc., etc. And such an individual then becomes from amongst the worst of blind followers. Allah musta'an. Number 4, he mentions that the individual, he blows up and he exaggerates exceptions found in the seerah. So we find the time when Usama radiallahu ta'ala an, he had taken the life of that individual when after the person had said La ilaha illallah, after the person had given the shahada, and Usama still killed him. Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam reprimanded Usama, and he says that, did you open up his heart to know whether he gave the shahada just to save his life? And then similarly with regards to Khalid ibn al-Walid, some people embraced Islam and Khalid radiallahu ta'ala had them put to death. And then the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam announced, I distance myself from the actions of Khalid. And so here this individual comes along and he says, well, look, on the battlefield, you have mistakes, you have errors, just sort them all out, etc. And Allah will sort out the rest of the matter. Look at Usama, look at Khalid, etc. This is bound to happen, collateral damage, etc. Allah musta'an. Dear brother, you are exaggerating the mistakes, you are exaggerating the exceptions, and you are forgetting the rules. You are forgetting the usul and the foundational principles with regards to these matters, with regards to spilling of blood, with regards to excommunication and taking people out of Islam. Allah musta'an. So this was another example of Ma'rakatun Nas, battle with the text, battle against the text, those who are fighting against the text and manipulating the text for their ends. Allah musta'an.